Okay, let's see. I think we're live. Yeah, looks like it. There it's. Hello, Simon Barnes. Yo, 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 yo. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so I have some replays going to take a look at today, but first I'm just gonna check one more thing. That's that. And nothing there. Yep, perfect. And then I just want to also switch to this, and then we can just, not going to cast this one, but we can just pop in here, and then I will try to get some kind of an overlay here to hide the replay bar so we don't get too spoiled today. Wonder how I'm supposed to do this, maybe. Like, oh, sorry. Maybe like that could be nice. Maybe a bit smaller. You could actually see the names as well. Can it be even smaller, I think? A bit bigger. And then be like that. No, bigger. That should be good, I think. And then we can see if we can match the color somewhat as well. How are you doing, Simon? If you're still with us, are you good? I think that's pretty decent. Let's do it like that, I think. Down a bit. Oh. There we go. That's going to have to be good enough, I think. Okay. Welcome back then to the game. Yeah, we're going to see some new stuff here for sure. Really. Is the mic volume okay? How do I find this then? Pretty low. Okay. See if I can fix that then. Let's see if that's better. Maybe a bit at least. That's better. Nice, nice, nice. Hopefully it won't hear the keyboard and everything too loud then, but we will see. Why game capture? No? Sorry for the... I'm just trying to fix my OBS here a bit. Assisting. Oh, there we go. That's nice. Okay, perfect. I think that's all. Just gonna post here on Discord real quick. Okay. Perfect, perfect, perfect. There we go. So let's jump right into it. We got a lot of games here from Space Cow, and all of them against Cena. And then I got one, where is this, from Lone Wolf against Cena as well. So, and Tails against Space Cow. So a lot of games of Cena here today. Makes some sense though, since he's probably the most active ladder player at the moment and improving really fast, so will be quite fun to see. But maybe we should just start with Cena vs Space Cow game 1 here, and yeah, see if we watch all of them or if we jump into Lone Wolf and Tails games as well, and maybe we will even play 1 or 2 games as well of our own. Gonna bring back the chat, there we go, perfect. Okay, so who's spawning down here? It's Space Cow as the blackish or grayish orc player, and up top here is Cena as the white orc player. Yep. Cena opening up with barracks and logging camp, and Space Cow actually opening up with double barracks. Interesting. So 2 racks coming up from him, going to be a lot of warriors. Okay, so Cena's actually what? It's a barracks, logging camp, and the forge. Interesting. Interesting with the logging camp this quick then together with the forge. Let's see what this is. Not producing any units as of now. Could have definitely opened up with a couple of warriors, but maybe couldn't afford it with these 2 buildings, I guess. So going to go straight into archers. And Space Cow already has a lot of warriors out, so this could be quite risky here for Cena, I feel like. But I guess he's going to produce berserkers then. From the forge. Sorry, gonna have to tab out again. There we go. Yeah, so you just feel like Space Cow will have a lot more units, especially now with no... Oh, there comes the first berserker. Doesn't feel too optimized, this. But we will see. Space Cow dealing with the troll here in the middle, getting that extra gold. Really nice for him. See if he decides to push across the map with this, or if he's just gonna creep. He can definitely take most of the creep on the map. We will see what kind of route he decides to do. So first, a couple of archers and berserkers coming out from Cena here. But yeah, he really has to stay quite defensive with this opener. So hard for him to creep. And now he has enough to at least go take this archer camp maybe. Or the troll would be nice to take before Space Cow gets across the map. Still just producing at home. Space Cow is no real tier 2 or anything. Not from Sina as well, of course, a bit too early for that maybe, especially with this build. Finally can start creeping a bit. Really need to get that extra gold coming in. Super important. A good micro as well. Microing away that hurt Berserker. Not sure if he actually did get charge. Maybe it started with that actually. We will see, I guess. Once they attack something, if they're charging, that could be pretty nice against the melee force here of Space Cow. Let's see here. Quite interesting composition here. I've never really played something like this myself, so really fun to see kind of how it battles out. Even some goblins coming out now as well. This has been a bit of Sina's preferred way of playing as of late. Ah, I'm gonna lose that archer, a bit annoying for him. But yeah, he's playing a really swarmy kind of style with the berserkers and lots of goblins as well early. Did not look like the berserkers have charge just yet. Space Scout took the outpost, but playing quite defensively. I feel like he should have more units. I guess he has quite a lot at home. Maybe hasn't produced as well as he could, honestly. Looked like there were some interruptions in the unit production. Oh, looks like they're actually going to run. Oh, Space Cow turns back here. Might get a fight here that he doesn't want to take. Feel like Sina is outnumbering him. And the charge is definitely done now. So he's able to charge down the warriors here. Sina does decide to turn back with half of his army. That's a bit strange call, I must say. I guess these were just on A moves, so they kind of stick around here. I really need to back off with all of this. Okay, this explains it. The Goblin Wave script. Did not see this, but yeah. So the Goblins Wave are coming into each one of their bases. That explains why Sina decided to run home so quickly. Let's see how they kind of deal with it. Doing quite a lot of damage here, but Space Cow got most of his workers away at least. Yeah, I don't think Sina lost too much either. Maybe a couple of archers actually did go down. But yeah, still should be ahead in the food, I think. Yeah, 250 against 175, so Sina definitely ahead after all this. But Space Cow did go into tier 2 now. Let's see how he decides to use it. Sina definitely has more workers on the farm, or the gold here. So Forge coming out from Space Cow. So I guess some mortars then for the tier 2. Sina still sticking on tier 1. And starts to really control the map. We can see the swarm of army coming down here, the right flank. And this huge army here as well. Lots of goblins filling in. And he gets to creep this side as well, or not. Space Cow is coming in, might be able to interrupt this. So let's see what he decides to do. Decides to back off as he sees way too much for him to fight. And Sina is actually going into a second base as well behind this, still on tier 1. I really like this actually. First mortar coming out from Space Cow, so really defensive stuff from him here. Does not feel like he will be able to push with this. Even some traps coming down. So definitely feeling the pressure here, I think. And what went from Space Cow really having map control in the beginning has really turned into Sina able to take the whole map, honestly. Neither of them have been on this side. Should probably take this tower. Sina is. Hello, Portgas. How are you doing? And hello, the Crimson Lotus. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. We're watching Sina against Space Cow. Space Cow down here with the Turax, and Cena with the diverse army of goblins, berserkers, and archers. Yeah, I'm doing good, doing good. Lots of snow going on outside here in Sweden, but did drag my ass to the gym earlier, so that was good. And now I'm back and just chilling here, so yeah, doing good. Okay, so let's see here. Cena's coming in from 2 angles. Half of his army at the bottom here. Second half of the army checking out if there was an expansion. There isn't, so he's coming down here. Mortar on top here, putting in some good work. Should probably try to focus fire on the archers. Instead, fighting a solo berserker is not the best thing. Saw some traps going off there as well. Lots of warriors here from Space Cow though, so definitely dealing with archers there. Let's see where we end up in this fight. This is all Cena, or is it? Quite hard to judge here. I feel like the colors are a bit... I really wish berserkers, the colors were a bit clearer. But yeah, feel like Space Cow... they're pretty even on food. But we can see Space Cow lost a lot of workers. Basically no mining going on here. No wood income. And just focusing on the farms so he doesn't starve here. So good damage there from Cena. Did lose a lot of his army though, so needs to quite scramble home here and see if he can defend this second base of his, or even the main base, because Space Cow is making a beeline across the map. Has the more army supply, of course. Food is even, but Cena has way more workers. Double or maybe even triple that of Space Cow. So army supply is definitely in favor of Space Cow. So he could actually maybe get in here and do equally the damage, or maybe even kill off Cena here. But then he needs to be decisive. Can't stand around here like he did. Needs to just go for it immediately, in my opinion. Nothing to defend here from Cena. Did have all of his army down here. Now he sees this army coming in here, so needs to get back to his base. This is a bad route to take. Go back, go back, go back. Yeah. Space Cow coming in. Starts to kill off some workers. Maybe get on top of the barracks here. Or even kill the farms would be nice. So let's see how this fight will pan out. Not too much army from Cena, and the archers aren't doing... once the warriors get on top of them, they start to die really quick. And a lot of warriors climbing on top of the barracks, dealing with the workers there as well. So I feel like Space Cow might be able to win the game here. Cena did throw away too much of his armor there in the main base of Space Cow. Didn't really have to do that since he was ahead on bases, and he did see with his army that there was only one base from Space Cow. So a bit reckless throwing away his army, and I think he will pay for it by losing this game here actually. Not able to produce too much. Some goblins coming out, but they will lose against warriors in these numbers. Workers coming into the action as well, fighting, but I just feel like it won't be enough here, unfortunately. For Mr. Cena, and his main base got cleaned out as well, so... Nice win here from Space Cow. Felt like he was quite behind the whole game, but with Cena throwing away his army, he did manage to get across the map and counterattack and win. So the GG gets called from Cena, and the first game goes to Space Cow. Recently had an itch for RTS games and I found your videos. Happy New Year. Yeah, thank you for finding me, I guess, and watching. It's really nice. And welcome to the channel, of course. So we have 4 games of these. Let's do one more at least, and then we can watch some of these other games as well. Let's do Space Cow vs Cena game 2. Space Cow high, up here on High Garden in the yellow trunks against Sina down here in the teal bluish, light bluish color. Orc versus Orc once again. And I think we're going to have the same openings by both of them. Yeah, 2 Rex coming down from Space Cow. And 1 Rex logging camp from Mr. Sina. So let's see if he learned a bit from the last game, or if we're going to have the same result as the last game. Like I said, Sina was probably quite far ahead, honestly, so shouldn't have lost it like he did. Forge coming down once again, so he really has his preferred build here. Double production going on from Space Cow. Hopefully he is able to produce at all time this time around. But I'm not the best at the 2 Rex, honestly, so I'm not too sure. I never really play it, so I'm not sure if you actually can produce at all time. Looks like there were some interruption there. Needs to get a farm down here, I think, as well. A bit hard to afford everything. And this time, Sina actually built some warriors to start off with. Didn't do that last game. A bit slower on his logging camp this time around. I think this was a bit better, honestly, because you need, maybe you don't need, but it's much nicer to have a couple of warriors in the beginning for some extra tanking. Needs to start producing some archers, though, I feel like. Space Cow taking over his outpost here. That's good. As I'm going to put on some socks here, I think. Starting to freeze a bit. I really want to get into ranked lobbies, though I have a feeling... Yeah, I mean, it really depends on the time of day. But most of the time you have to wait quite, or not quite a bit. It really depends, like I said, but sometimes you have to wait a bit to find a game. And it can probably a bit like intimidating, because most of the really active players that plays a lot have played a lot and are, I mean, most of us who are playing a lot are at least decent at the game, so it can be hard to be new, I think, of course. But you shouldn't be feeling too discouraged by that. I mean, the only way to get better is to play, so... But I mean, ladder anxiety is a real thing, of course. But losing isn't the end of the world. MMR is just imaginary points, after all. Both of them are creeping quite a bit here. Space are coming in with a really late scout here with a worker. Interesting. He will be able to get into the base here. Even though Sina had a lot of units standing around, just idling a bit. Logging camp from Space Cow. This is interesting. Really weird location here for it. So it's not to get more or easier lumber harvesting. So it actually is going into the archers. That's something new. He did not do that last game. I wonder what kind of prompted him to do that. Maybe he felt like it will be better against... Archers are really strong against berserkers. Ooh, and a really quick expansion here from Sina. Interesting. Like it, I like it a lot. Nice. Yeah, it's really nice to start learning some build orders. I mean, that's the first step, of course. managing macro games can be tougher, but it's also the fun part of RTS, I feel like. Those really long macro games. Hopefully you can pick up 1 or 2 things here today. No second base from Space Cow just yet. Instead he goes into the tier 2. Like Sina's rally points are a bit off here, just standing around. Really split up. Needs to kind of get everything together here if he wants to deal with this army of Space Cow that's coming towards him. Did not see this just yet. Nothing to spot here. It's always good to have a unit or 2 here so you can see anything that's coming towards you. Still hasn't seen this, I think. So might be taken by surprise here. Needs to be really quick to respond to this. Starts by losing a couple of his units. Not good at all. At least he brings down this force. And has some archers here. That's not really doing anything. So this is going to be really rough for Sina. Unfortunate for him not having anything to spot here. And instead of having this, you could have 1 unit here, 1 unit here, and have everything together. Then you will be able to deal with this much easier. And I think he's going to lose his second base here. Space Cow taking his at the same time, so after all this he will probably be ahead on bases. But let's see here if Sina can make a stand and maybe save this second clan hall. No, doesn't look like it. Just has too few units. These are still here. The rally points are not good enough, honestly. I feel like this is an uncharacteristic sloppy game from Sina. It's usually much more on top of things than this, at least in my experience playing against him. Maybe not feeling it this game. That happens, of course. Yeah, just too much coming in here from Space Cow. The 2 racks really paying off this game once again. This is the beginning of the end for Sina, I feel like. Bit unfortunate to see him lose once again here. I've been talking up quite a lot. Feel like he's, like I've been saying, probably the player that's improving the fastest on the ladder, so. But this game was not good enough, unfortunately. And I think Space Cow should be able to take the game here. Lots of warriors will be able to climb on top of the bastion here. Will be able to deal with archers, so that's nice at least, but so many warriors. They do not have shield, of course, so maybe. And all of these archers could have been helping. Yeah, maybe you can actually clean this up, but I mean, 2 bases mining from Space Cow. Good production coming in all the time, even a forge now. And yeah, he won't be able to clean this up even. Workers start to fall here. Oh, this is actually Space Cow's archer. I thought they were Sina's. Oh, then it's definitely over. And I think GG will be called here any second. Silly question, perhaps. Oh, there we go, GG. As Sina surrender. Silly question, perhaps, but do creep camps always spawn in the same locations with the same sort of creeps? Yeah, they do. So it's fixed for every map. So like on High Garden here, there will always be a troll here, wolves down here, wolves up here, archers over here, and bandits at the outpost. And then it's mirrored on this side, of course, but so yeah, that's always the same on each map. Would be cool though, maybe in the future they could do like random spawns. I'm not sure if that's possible with the editor right now. Maybe in the future. Could be cool. Okay, so we've watched 2 games of Space Cow versus Xena. Let's take a look at something else now. Maybe we can do Tails versus Space Cow. On Dead Island, is it called like that? This map has had so many names, so I'm not sure what it's actually called right now, but we do have Tails spawning up here as the grayish human player, and Space Cow down here in the blue trunks, once again with his signature build, the T-Rex, looks like. So, yeah, yeah, you have to learn the creep spots on every map. Should probably, I know this has been suggested to the devs as well, but like having it more clearly marked on the map would be good. Especially when you're trying out new maps, you kind of just walk around confused in the beginning. So Tails decides to pull one of the trolls here towards his barracks, manages to do it without losing an archer. That's good. It's the worst feeling ever when you try to do this and lose an archer. But we'll be able to kill this safely from the top of his barracks. Same time, tier 2 and a barracks coming down, so these will finish at the same time. And let's see what he decides to do after that. Just going into a swordman here. And the gladiator. This is Tails and Lone Wolf's preferred way of playing. I don't know why they do this. I don't find this good at all, but they are rank 1 and 2, so maybe I shouldn't be too judging. But I mean, gladiators are the worst unit in the game, honestly. Don't know why they build them. Space Cow coming in with the late. Good luck, have fun. Tails will be able to deal with the second troll here. Yeah, he's able to snipe it just in time before Space Cow comes in, and would have been able to contest that if he just were a bit quicker than he was. This can be a bit rough now. We'll be kind of sandwiched here between the wolves and Tails' army. But some more reinforcements and a good pullback there from Space Cow forces Tails to run back here, but let's see how this... I guess gladiators are actually good against the T-Rex though, so that's one redeeming quality of theirs. They are good against warriors at least, so... But I don't think Tails actually scouted this game. No, can see no vision here, so... Doing it a bit blind. See how this fight will turn out. Here the gladiators are doing quite good. And Space Cow is not able to get on top of the archers, so Tails will be able to win this fight. But Space Cow saves most of his armies at least, so that's good. But Tails will get the control of the middle here and will be able to creep. And take all the wolf camps here in the middle. Forge coming down from Space Cow, still on tier 1 though, so I guess this will be for Berserkers then. Interesting, if it's just going to spam melee on one base here. Cannon out for Tails. First Ripper coming out as well. So quite defensive. And the Lich has spawned. Cannon is pretty good at dealing with that. Let's see if it, yeah, it actually managed to teleport. Where did it go to? I wish you could see it. Maybe I could... Ah, it's up here. Guess we can't see it through the fog of war, but now I lost it. But it should be here somewhere. Space Cow should be able to see it on the map at least. So Tails took all but one of the wolf camps, and now he takes his outpost here. Space Cow does have both of his outposts, so at least he has good vision of any attacks coming in. Oh, was that a Lich killed 2 units? I did not see that. I think Lich just melted 2 of the swordsmen there. Bit unfortunate. They can, of course, with the life drain, insta-kill any units that's under half HP. Spotting archers from Tails, sees Space Cow's army here. Tier 2 coming in now. And yeah, it was Berserkers, so triple production here. But not really able to afford producing from all the structures at the same time, so... Second base from Tails, defended quite nicely from the cannon here. Both this and like here, I think it can shoot too, so it's pretty nice to have it on the outpost here. Finally, the Lich gets cleaned up.
Our forces are under attack.
This archer gets killed as well. So at least Tails sees this coming. Would be nice for him to get this tower, but looks like Space Cow would be able to get it. Maybe Tails can come in here and actually drive Space Cow away here. Yeah, looks like it. And get the tower. Really nice vision here. Provides all this way so you could see anything coming in. Even a tower here. Looks like you will be putting a cannon there. That's really smart. Should probably move this. Still one base for Space Cow. He's on his tier 2 now. Producing mortars. Logging camp. So I guess he wants to go switch into some archers here as well. Three of those gladiators trying to push in here a bit. Felt like he could actually have went for it. Mortars aren't too good at dealing with it as they are so fast. But decides to run past here and just check if there's an expansion here. There's not, so Tails knows that he's quite in a good position, economy-wise at least. Let's see how this push goes. Cannon gets a good shot, kills one Berserker. We'll get another one here most likely. Nope, duds the shot a bit, so doesn't get an extra kill there. That's a bit unfortunate. Cannon was moved, so it's here now. Guess he doesn't have a sawmill, otherwise it would be really nice with a barricade here. But yeah, it's always hard to get that sawmill out as Human decides to go for a second smithy instead. Playing that kind of mech style here with Human Cannon Ripper. Actually moves the cannon back here. Interesting call. I wonder what kind of made him do that. Yes, he sends this archer down instead to spot, but he could miss here. Let's see if he actually sees the army coming here or not. Space Cow decides to go back instead. Space Cow playing really defensive with these mortars. Does he know about the expansion? He doesn't. So maybe he thinks that Tails is still on one base. Otherwise, I feel like he would be a bit more... like feeling he needs to kind of put some pressure on. But decides to go into his second base instead, quite a bit later. I would like him to at least bring those mortars up a bit. Maybe just like... Of course he doesn't know about this base, but he should have an inkling that it's around here. And maybe just push in a bit here. Not like overextend, but put some pressure on would be nice. Those gladiators still alive actually, running around spotting a lot, so they are paying off in that sense, definitely. Getting a lot of vision. And might be able to get past here as well. Could get into this expansion, kill the workers here. A trap down from Space Cow. Hopefully he can kind of lure the gladiators into that. But they will be able to kill a couple of workers, delaying this second base as well. Seeing high levels players stay on lower tech. Yeah. Feel like it's been going more and more towards staying on, at least in my preferred way of playing. At least that's human. Tails did go quite fast into tier 2, of course. But yeah, I like playing more lower tech, more economy. But it depends, of course, on what your opponent is doing as well. And the map. A small map like this, it's can feel better to get the tech out so you can actually defend a bit more. On a larger map where it's easier to take an expansion. This is pretty easy, it's quite narrow chokes of course, but it can be quite easily rushed as well. This spawn is a bit better I think, compared to like this where it's really wide through its expansion. Okay, so let's see if we're going to have an engagement here. So many rippers out from Tails. Feel like Space Cow will have a hard time dealing with this. You really need a lot of warlocks to deal with this number of rippers. It's probably one of the only ways to counter it. Maybe like mass mortars as well could deal with it pretty nicely, but warlocks definitely my preferred way, at least. So Tails sees Space Cow with his whole army here, so decides to push the other side at the same time, pushing the second base. Pretty smart move here, just a couple of traps won't be enough to stop this. And actually lures Space Cow's whole army back to his base here, so let's see if he can get back in time to defend his second base. Doesn't feel like it. Cannon will get a good shot on the archer at the outpost there. And let's see how this engagement go. Might be game deciding here. Shields up as well for Tails, as well as those rippers just melting through the warriors of Space Cow. Mortars not getting the shots they need, I feel like. Can he get some good shots on the archers? Yeah, kind of, but it won't be enough here, I feel like. Or maybe, actually quite a lot of warriors still alive here from Space Cow down here, but the rippers maybe pushing through the archers. Actually a bit more even than I thought it would be. But now only a couple of archers and a mortar left here, and the mortar will go down. And Space Cow decides to call it GG, not having enough economy. Tails with fully saturated on 2 bases, of course, so outproducing Space Cow quite a bit here. And he also had the church down, producing apprentices. But a pretty nice game here from both players. Definitely Tails a bit stronger. At least in this game. Yes. Yeah, we had some really good games this far. Let's see. Maybe we should do this game then that Lone Wolf sent me. Rank 1, of course. Let's do that against Cena. Same map, Dead Island. Lone Wolf up here. Has the yellow human player. And Cena down here as the white orc player. Didn't see you enter long way. Oh, okay.
Job's done.
Have you ever thought of free-for-all video of like 4 to 6 players? Yeah, I've been wanting to do that actually. Haven't really got around to kind of setting that up. Might be hard to just start a lobby and fill it up, so but maybe I could get the boys together and do a fun free-for-all. Needs to be on a good map though, so it doesn't like someone dies immediately. And this guy's just chatting away. You can see Cena had played a lot of RTS games before. Warcraft 2, 3, SE2 and Age of Empires 4. It's nice. Yeah, free-for-alls are really fun, but they also so easy just end up with like, I mean, if of course it always ends up with a 1 versus 1 in the end. I'm not sure what I mean, but I don't know. Hello, Glown. Yeah, the classic community are more about custom games, of course. Well, they can't play classic on ladder, I guess. Cheater, yeah. You're the cheater, man. But yeah, Glown, we should get Midork and Tails and Lone Wolf and the others to do a free-for-all. Would be fun. And anyone else wanting to join, of course. We could, after this match, we could check if there's any good map for it. Not that we are going to do it today, but just scout the maps a bit. Yeah, Reforged community, but it is a bit divided, because Reforged, like Glown said, more about 1 versus 1, and then there are a lot of guys preferring classic in the custom. Yeah, we could do another Big Game Hunters. That was fun. Did we play? But we did play that as a team game, right? That would be cool to do a free-for-all, I feel like. Good map for that. I'm just going to the turtle with cannons. Going to be the most boring game ever. Yeah, I think that map is definitely better for free-for-all. Okay, maybe we should actually look at the game here a bit. Lone Wolf in yellow, right? Yeah. Just like Tails, open up with the gladiators. Cena with his trademark Goblin, Archer, Berserker opening. Gets a bit pushed back here, unfortunately starving. Otherwise I feel like he could actually take a fight with this army. But while starving, and still hasn't started that second farm. Really unfortunate here from Cena. Still though, actually kind of taking a decent fight. Those goblins aren't really getting on top of the archers as he would like. Can he get the snipe on the low HP ones? Yeah, good fight from Cena. if he weren't starving, like from the, the get-go, he could actually smash this army here in the middle. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but still pretty decent. Don't want to run too far back with this into the cannons. Needs to pull them back. Yeah, good job. And now it's his turn to take the map control. Can deal with the wolf camps down here as well. He did get both of the outposts. Lone Wolf doesn't have neither of them on his side. So actually, yeah, I prefer Sina's position here, definitely. Even on food. That probably means a bit lower on economy. Yeah, definitely more workers from Lone Wolf, so that's pretty bad. I mean, that's the trade you make when doing goblins this early, of course. You give up worker production. So you kind of have to make something happen. So maybe then being equal on food isn't very good actually. But most of Lone Wolf's supply is in these cannons. Yeah, I think Sina would be able to go in here and do a lot of damage. Let's see. Looks like he's going. Don't want to lead with just the goblins. They will be killed by the cannons quite quickly. Needs to have a good spread here. Get on top of the archers with the goblins. Don't want to fight the skeletons here. Get on top of here as well. Kill the cannons. Lone Wolf quick with the workers on top of the fortress there. So we'll be getting a lot of extra damage from that as well. But yeah, Sina really needed to be quicker getting on top of here to be able to deal with the cannon. Still a lot of units coming in. Might be able to snipe this. Ah, that's a good kill. Can he get on top of this and kill the second cannon as well? Starts to kill a lot of workers here with the goblins. Really paying off. That's nice. Can he... And in the gold line as well. Can he snipe a hut maybe? Farmhouse? That would be nice. But I guess his numbers starts to thin out a bit. At the same time... At the same time, a lot of stuff died at home. Looks like. These are goblins, right? Yeah, so I guess a lot of goblins died to skeletons at home. Or if I missed some gladiators or something. Maybe I missed. So that wasn't as nice as it could have been. From Sina. Oh, I wish I could go back in the replay. I must have missed some good action here. So where are we after this? Oh, and they had 3 of these guys up here. So, oh my god, no. I think he would have won the game with those 3 in the fight. Ah, I don't want to fight here. Pull back, pull back, pull back. Sina ahead on supply now, or food.
Our forces are under attack.
I think this game isn't too demanding PC wise. I have a 3070 Ti and it runs, I mean, perfectly. But I feel it feels like it isn't the most demanding game, so you should probably be able to run it on most machines. But I'm not that PC savvy, so I'm not too sure. Second base up during all this time for Sina, so he's playing a really strong game here. And this is my experience with Sina. He's really strong and improving a lot, but these small mistakes always hurting him really badly. Like these 3 warriors stuck here during the fight. If he just had those with him, could have been a different story, and then losing quite a lot of things at home. Mostly goblins though, maybe, so hopefully it wasn't too many workers. But definitely head on economy. Army supply probably pretty even. Let's see if he decides to go for another fight here. Preferably with his whole army this time. Lone Wolf is scouting for a second base, but won't find anything there. A bit indecisive here from Sina, taking some extra shots for it, and then he decides to fight. This is a bit of a interesting engage. Losing 4 or 5 units for free there before the fight even starts. This is live. I mean, I'm live. This game is not live. It's a replay. So it's not played right now. We don't have an observer feature just yet in the game, unfortunately. You can observe, like, in a bit of a weird way. You have to kind of be a player and then leave the game. Then you can stay and observe, but that doesn't work on 2-player maps, of course. And it can fuck up the spawns a bit. This fight wasn't good from Sina at all. Lost way too much here, not dealing enough damage at all. Still ahead on economy, of course. But yeah, still the rally points are a bit off as well. Not having his whole army together. Yeah, hopefully it's implemented soon enough. I've been telling Vopley many times that they should have it as a priority, but maybe I understand there's other things that's probably more important, especially with only 1-2 developers. But yeah, would definitely make it more easy to run tournaments and everything with a good observer mode. Lone Wolf going into his second base here. Sorry for just panning around with the camera, but just trying to get a grip on the game here. So many units just standing around. Demon Spire coming up. We might see some flyers. It's going to be fun. Unfortunately for Sina, they are pretty bad against cannons and archers, which is most of Lone Wolf's army. Is it hard to become good at this game? I mean, RTS games in general are probably, in my opinion at least, some of the hardest games to master. But I think anyone can do it with enough practice. And it's really fun, even though you're not good. Well, it can be frustrating, but I guess that goes for any game. Losing is never fun. Lone Wolf is pushing Sina here, and Sina once again, just like we saw in a couple of games earlier, doesn't have his whole army together here. Lots of units here, needs to bring everything together. I wish Sina would discover the all army hotkey, because then he would have smashed this army. And now half of it got cleaned up, and the other half will come in and have to deal with this. Everything together would definitely have won this fight. get the goblins on top of the archers and the cannons, please. Fighting the rippers with them will never be good enough, but maybe. Get the snipe. Oh, doesn't get the snipe on the cannon before the Devourer dies there, so that's a bit unfortunate as well. It is going to die against the skeletons though. Same time, lots of skeletons coming in, both of them starting to kill workers on both sides. And Sina is able to hold this base, so still ahead on economy. Lone Wolf dealing with the skeletons in time there, that's good. Sina lost a lot of workers. Yeah, this game isn't like APM wise, macro wise, it isn't as hard as, or hard, but it isn't as taxing as like StarCraft 2 or something, in my opinion. But it's probably more like APM, maybe not APM, but more macro than Warcraft 3, for example, that's for sure. Probably somewhere in between those two games. Demon Devourers. How many does he have? 2, 3 maybe? See if we can get into a good number and start to harass a bit with them. Lone Wolf already with a tower here at the back of his base. That's a really nice addition. Could put a cannon up here, and that would be really strong against those flyers coming in. Let's see where we're at supply wise. Pretty similar. Sina a bit ahead still. But his army is really split up, so won't be able to push in here. Should definitely not go for a fight here. Won't be able to do too much. But it looks like he has other thoughts. Maybe he can get some workers at least. Decides to pull back this at least. That's good. Killed one or... yeah, one worker, I think. So that wasn't too bad at least. Lone Wolf prepared on this side for any incoming attacks from that side. That's nice. The thing about following this game's development is you learn it while it's yeah. It's much easier like getting into it while it's new, because then everyone is bad. But at the same time, I guess you have to really stay on top of all the changes that's coming, but that's the fun part as well. Sina trying to do a sneak attack here, but Lone Wolf is on top of that. I feel like Sina is just trying to be a bit too fancy here, honestly. Just bring your whole army together. Get the altar down. Start pumping out warlocks. Because I mean, these numbers of goblins are fun and all, but they won't be too good in a straight up fight against mass rippers. Yeah, it's super fun to figure out new builds and everything. That's your specialty, Clown. Always find new abuses. New sheets. Right? Be really interesting to see how the boats naval combat will be when that comes in February, March or something. Let's see here. Ooh, was that some trap coming in? Interesting. Gets a good snipe on the cannons here. Oh, please target fire the archers with the Devourers, then you have nothing left that can kill them. Ooh, should definitely have been more focused on killing those. I hear the trap sound, but I can't see any trap. Oh, there's one. Maybe those could pull that far. The range can be a bit weird on them sometimes. Sometimes they can trigger like across the map. Oh, there we go. Some good hits on the Rippers. Before I get your builds nerfed. Yeah. But now Lone Wolf is trying to get my builds nerfed, so I know how it feels. I guess we're still pretty even after that fight. Really kind of back and forth fun game here. If he can get a good demon number up and start killing a lot of the archers, then he can start taking really good fights. Cavaliers coming out as well from Lone Wolf. Still producing Devourers. Muncher cave out. Only one Rax though. You can see the queue up here. Cancel some of those. Get another barracks here. And don't take this fight. Really hard to push in here. We can see Lone Wolf on 3 Rax. 1 Smith against 1 Forge, 1 Rax, 1 Demon Spire. Ah, there comes the second Rax. Exactly where I wanted it. Perfect, perfect. Oh, this is not a fight you want to take though. Yeah, I played a bit of Age of Empires 2, mostly when I was little. Nothing really competitive, just against the AI and the campaign and stuff. And some Age of Empires 4 when that came out, but those games are a bit too, like, not slow, but the matches always get so long. And then when you lose, like, a game that's been going on for an hour, it's the worst feeling. If I'm going to lose, I prefer losing after 15 minutes, I guess. Cena with a good double flank here, killing the third base of Lone Wolf, but maybe this push-in isn't the best. Lone Wolf will be able to clean this up quite easily, I feel like. Definitely needs to pull out the demons before they die, but won't do so, so really good from Lone Wolf here. And he takes a commanding position here, I think. Although he actually did lose most of his workers here in the second base, it looks like. And might lose some more here. Cena taking a third base during all of this. But if he doesn't get more production up, I think he won't be able to recover from losing all of this. Needs to have pulled those back much quicker than he did. So, a hurting Lone Wolf here. Actually still same food as Cena, but just feel like Lone Wolf's army quality is so much better. Rippers, Cavaliers, Mass Archers. Has that Sawmill now, so I would presume that he has the Arrow Sharpening upgrade as well. Muncher's coming into that second base again, killing more workers here. Wish he wasn't so careless with his Devourers though. Really try to get those up in a bigger number than having 1 or 2 here and there. They just won't cut it. Yeah, Cena is being way too reckless with his army. And now Lone Wolf has this kind of a death ball that I think will be really hard to stop. Pushing across the map. Second Demon Spire coming up. This is just way too late. Needed to have been more careful with them. Then he would have 10 to 15 of them. Then you can just run in, snipe the cannons, and you will have a much better time. But yeah, as it is now, I don't think he can contest the army of Lone Wolf here. Maybe if he had, like, lots of traps around the ground here, but doesn't have that either. Maybe he should even sacrifice this base. Feeling he can't fight this. Sacrifice this, build lots of traps here, fall back. You have this base, still even on bases then. I'm not sure. It's a hard call to make, but it's maybe a call that you have to make at this point. Because these Devourers aren't going to... Yeah, you can see the cannons. Once they get some good shots on them, they just melt. And the archers are good at dealing with them as well. And the number of Rippers as well. Yeah, instead of... I think one Demon Spire is fine if he were more careful with them. Oh, he actually has an altar, but no Warlocks yet. Instead of the second Demon Spire, I would have liked to see a second altar. More arch or more Warlocks coming out. Tries to run all his workers up to that new second base, I guess. But yeah, Lone Wolf is starting to get his economy back up. Has that pillage as well, so gets gold from killing the buildings here. And yeah, nothing really to deal with this mass amount of archers either. The Munchers are fine if you get a good number of them. Demons will never really be good at dealing with this kind of number of archers. So maybe then you need lots of warriors with shields, or even warlocks with the skeletons can be nice. And we can see Cena falling behind on the food here. 540 against 800, so... And I feel like most of that actually is in Arbor supply at this point. Third base coming out from Lone Wolf, power building a barracks as well. Cena is actually taking a third base on this side as well. Really nice macro from him, but doesn't have enough production. Needs to have one extra barracks, one extra altar or something. Just isn't able to produce as much as he needs to be able to contest with Lone Wolf's army here. Those workers, not sure what they were doing. Still no tier 3 from either of them, but it's been a really hectic game, lots of fighting, so I guess there hasn't really been the time for that. Yeah, we can see massive amounts of army coming down here from Lone Wolf. Will be able to smack this base. This is not enough, especially with the number of goblins. They will never be enough to fight this kind of army. Built an altar, but never built any warlocks. Maybe he did get... No, he couldn't have gotten rage because he's still on tier 2 as well, so not sure what he wanted to do with this. Going to try to make one last stand here. Slow coming down from the apprentices. Really strong against goblins as well, of course, and we can just see the mass amount of cavaliers and rippers and archers are just melting this army. I think that's going to be the end for Cena in this game, but really nice game from both of them. Really back and forth. Cena a bit too careless with his units, throwing away way too many units over and over again. Just cost him the game here. I felt like his macro was really strong, and he definitely were ahead multiple times. So a bit unfortunate for him to lose this, but really strong game from both of them, and Lone Wolf takes it in the end with yeah, superior play. Really nice game. 29 minutes as well. Okay, I'm gonna catch up a bit with the chat here. What are you guys saying? Bye bye, Portgas. Yeah, Northgard seems interesting. Never played that game. Looks a bit fun though. Maybe I should try it sometime. Bye bye Lotus as well. Thank you for watching. Yeah, I have to give Northgard a try then. Company of Heroes, and I never played that. Maybe I should give that a try as well. Who knows? I think was all of the replays. We have some more Xeno vs Space Cow, but maybe 2 of them were enough. Let's see if we can find a game to play here. Itching in my fingers after watching a lot of those games. If we can't, then we'll watch one more of those replays. See if we can get a game here on High Pass, Realm of the Lich. I wonder if this tooltip has always been here, or if this is new. Each night a Lich evades this realm. Will you be the unlucky one it chooses as its prey? Or the lucky one who defeats it? Yeah, interesting. Who will I be? And also, I could do some plugging for Mr. Mike. Another YouTuber does Warcraft 3 stuff and also lots of the scouring nowadays. And he's hosting his 3rd edition of his tournament. Gonna link the bracket to that. You can sign up if you want to play in his tournament. And we got a game here against this guy, human player. I see you on YouTube. Nice. Human versus human. Interesting. Let's see what we want to do this then, or here then.
Job's done.
Ah, I can't fit it there. Oh my god. It looks like it would have fit. Oh well. That's a bit unfortunate.
Job's done.
See if we can go down here and get those pesky little bandits to join us. Not join us in death, I guess.
Job's done. More gold is required.
Same stuff coming out from him. No early tier 2 or anything from him either. Just archers and swordsman. So that's good to know. Ah, come back. Oh, I missed it. Ah, maybe not too bad. Just producing archers and swordsmen at this point, and workers, of course. These guys finally decides to come home here. Pretty much fully saturated at this point as well. Oh, get a snipe on that, please. Thank you. Nice. Managed to clean that up. Send one of those swordsmen down to take the outpost. Then we can start creeping on this side. Oh, maybe I went for the archer camp before, but it's fine. If anyone of you watching have a replay you want me to take a look at, you can send it, of course. We can take a look at that as well today. Send it on Discord, or I think there's a pinned comment where I put my email address, or at least my YouTube account's email address. You send it there as well, if you want.
More gold is required.
Let's go second base before tier 2 here. I feel like we're going to play a bit economic heavy. Ah, the in-laws. That's nice. But not nice to not be able to play.
More gold is required. More gold is required. More gold is required.
Looks like we had way more army than him there, so I think we should be able to push a bit here. Have to remember that a lich will spawn. I did lose my swordsman down here. I wonder if it were to... I think I just ran into the archers there. That's good. That's good to know. Rally a bit at home in case that lich comes for us. Need to get another farm going here as well. Oh, the lich is actually here. See if we can help him deal with that a bit, but not too much. See if we can avoid it from teleporting. Ah, there we go. It come over here, but we have some archers. See if we... this is not a fight we can take, I feel like. Run back. Lost a couple of units there for free. That's a bit unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Still on tier 1 here. Want to shop these trees down so I get easier passage to the other side here. Looks like the lich is leaving us alone for the most part. See if we can go deal with him at this point. Get that cash before he decides to leave us. Not going to get him. Unfortunate. did start tier 2, so we can go into something else behind this, but we got good economy going. Really strong economy. Let's go for another myth here as well. Extra production.
Our fort is being captured.
Lich is in the middle here, interesting. He takes the outpost down there. Can we get you before you despawn? Yeah. Nice. That's my gold. Now we're a bit low on wood here, so we need to shop some more, I guess. You guys can go do that as well.
Upgrade complete.
Tier 2 is done. I'm going to go for the shield upgrade. We did see he has a lot of archers as well, of course, so the shield should do us nicely here.
More gold is required.
Second smithy is up, so we can... Oh! He comes from this side. Interesting. And he is actually going to go for my houses here, my farms. That's a bit rude. We're going to starve here.
More gold.
But it's not the end of the world. We have still way more economy than he should be able to have.
More gold is required.
If he doesn't have this base, but we can check that. Ah, it's going to run in my base here. Yeah, he hasn't even prepped this side, so that's good for us. Yeah, can leave me alone now. Can let our workers fight for a bit, that's fine as well. Got that control back at least. And we do have shield now as well, so hopefully we can actually push into his base now.
More gold is required.
See, feel like we're a bit oversaturated here. Yeah, definitely.
More gold is required.
Was that a cannon? I think it was. See if we can actually kill it. He can't get on top of his base there with all of the workers. Snipe the Rippers. In these low numbers, they aren't that scary. More of them coming though, so maybe actually back off here. Still, I think he's on one base. Can go check with these guys. I never got a sawmill, so let's do that so we can get the archer upgrade as well. He's starving. No, he does have this base actually. So lots of rippers coming out from him. But he's still starving. Second or third smithy even as we deal with this, and yeah, he's starving. He's starving bad. That's for sure. That's going to cost him the game here, and cost him all of his workers as well.
Our forces are under attack.
Nothing these rippers can do while starving this bad. We can build a stable here. Maybe that's... We don't really have any barracks to build anything. Or any cavaliers from anyway, so... Let's see if we can actually just
Our forces are under attack.
click this and kill it. Rally all our stuff there as well. Yeah, there we go, GG, nice. Yeah, starving like that is not too nice. I see this on Tube.
Our forces are under attack.
You can see it, my friend. And if you're watching this
Research complete.
from the future, then hi to you as well. Not sure what that means. Hopefully it's something nice. Yeah, thank you. Was something nice.
Our
And
forces
50 MMR as well. Nice.
Job's done.
Uh, 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 uh. When did Mr. Mike's tournament start? January the 9th. That is in a week or so, right? Yeah, next Friday. Dude. Hmm. Let's see if we can get a game here. Otherwise, we can watch more of Space Cow versus Cena as well. Going to give it a couple of minutes here. Really snowing a lot outside. Where are you guys from? Do you have snow where you live? I know, Glown, you're from Brazil, right? Not any snow there. Or maybe it is. Let's take a look at this replay. Chill a bit. Now you guys will see the timer here. There we go. Netherlands, but we're wet snow. Yeah. It's been like that during December here in Sweden as well, but now, as soon as we got into the new year, there's been a bit of a snowstorm coming, so actually lots of snow staying on the ground now as well. And I mean, that's pretty nice. I don't go outside too much anyways. Space Cow with this, at this point, it must be a signature build, the T-Rex. And I guess then this is Sina's signature build with the logging camp and the forge. This is looking just like the game we... Hopefully this isn't the same replay. Maybe we will see, I guess. This is the same replay, I think. What was this called? I think this is... I think he sent the same replay twice here. No? Yeah, this for sure is the same. Maybe I... Let's check this. Maybe I clicked the wrong one. No, this is the same. Let's see if the fourth came then. This should be different. Space Cow, maybe I open up with just one Rex this time. Let's see. I wonder if they played all of these games in a row. China, nice. Snowing, but not down south where I am. Okay. Yeah, China is huge, I guess, so lots of different weathers. Weather have effect or just aesthetic? Do you mean in the game? Because then it's just aesthetics as for now. Maybe in the future they will have some kind of effect. I know there's like a swamp biome that will come. Maybe they could do something like you walk slower in water or something. Could be cool. But yeah, as for now, there's only aesthetic difference. Okay, one Rex, one Forge from Space Cow this game, and the same build from Sina as earlier. FX could have some fun impacts on meta. Yeah. That could also like be fun to diversify different maps a bit more. But also every war in the winter in history has sucked, so maybe it wouldn't be fun. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you don't want to be out fighting in the winter, that's for sure. But since this is just a game, maybe they can have some make some different stuff with it. Let's see here what Sina is doing. Not producing anything from his forge or barracks at this point, so we'll find himself a bit behind in army. Am I watching this? Oh, it's Space Cow with the goblins this time. I didn't realize this, so actually he just went the forge for the goblins. Interesting. This is really fun. Sina hasn't been out on a map though, so he doesn't know about this, of course. And Space Cow got both of the trolls in the middle here, so he will just be so far ahead on cash. And Sina is starving a bit again. This has been a bit of a story from his games that we watched today. Starving a bit in the beginning here, really forgetting to saturate this and building another one. So yeah, this just looks way too rough here. Starving like this, and his army is beginning to starve now as well. This is a bit rough to watch, honestly. Didn't really react to the starving fast enough either. And now Space Cow will just push in here and win, I guess. This was a quick one. So many warriors and goblins, and even berserkers coming in now as well. So really strong push from Space Cow. Goblins getting on top of archers is never a good sign, and yeah, that's it. I think we can fast forward there. That was a bit of a dud game there, but it's what it is. Let's see. Production is slower, units move slower, farms produce less food. Yeah, okay, I changed my mind. Yeah, doesn't sound too fun, I guess. But maybe like could be, does it have to affect everything? Could be like parts of the map or something where you walk a bit slower or faster even, or I don't know. Blizzards put a universal dot on every unhoused unit on the map. What do you mean with that? Like they do damage or just visual? Damage over time. Okay, kind of like the starving. Yeah. Like that you could not be out. Maybe during, like, if there are harsh winter conditions, then you couldn't be out at night, maybe. I'm not sure how that would play out gameplay-wise, though, but yeah, maybe. Maybe if it's like slow damage over time, then you could ignore it as well. Competitive colony sim. Yeah, that would be a big change to the game, that's for sure. All the sim enjoyers out there would be feasting. Yeah, maybe you could, instead of purchasing potions, you could purchase jackets for the units. Looks like we got a new replay from Tales sent to us as well. Could take a look at that. He says there's some stuff that I could mock him about in it, so that sounds fun. Let's do that. Tales versus Indiana Jones on Western Basin. Let's see what Mr. Indy decides to do when he's not out there collecting treasures. Guess he's playing a bit of a discovering. Hello, Mr. Ant-Man. Human versus human here. Indiana Jones down at the bottom. And the Tails up here in the blue color with his preferred build of choice. Indy instead playing the smithy but without the tier 2, so we'll most likely go into more of those swordsmen early on, together with archers. Tails is going to try to pull the troll here with his archer. Quite far distance to do it here, so let's see if he managed to actually pull this off, as I realized I didn't put this on, so you could see how long the replay was, but now you don't anymore, so please forget about that. And it looks like Tails is not able to pull the troll, at least on the first try here. Didn't lose the archer though, so gets another chance. But yeah, you really hate yourself when you see the troll run back and you don't get that extra arrow in it. But looks like he might be able to. No, once more fails at the same place. This time deciding, screw it, gives up. I guess he has enough archers to do some other creeping at this point, so not really too important to pull the troll. He can take the wolf camp and then probably go down there and kill it anyways. But of course doesn't know what Indy is doing, so... What is Indy doing? Farming his wolf camp as well? He must have been slacking a bit on the archer production here. Should definitely have more. How are you doing, Ant? By the way, are you doing good? Tails making a beeline towards that troll, I think. Yep. So going to get the kill after all. Did not manage to kill all the wolves here actually. There's always, or not always, but most of the time one stuck down here that you can only kill with archers. But you can decide to leave it and then the other wolves will respawn. You can see one more here and eventually it will fill up again, so you can kind of infinite glitch farm it if you have the time for it. Yeah, happy new year. What are you guys' New Year's resolutions? Do you have any gaming specific ones? Maybe the scouring specific ones? Did finish off that last wolf this time, so no more spawning. Work less, play more. Yeah, that sounds good. Everyone should aspire to that. Oh, Indy's a bit of a trouble here. Pulls back just in time, actually. Gets a bit greedy then. And Gladiator gets on top of the archers. That's not good. Wonder what the Knight script is. I guess it's Cursed of the Undead, or maybe the Lich. We will see, I guess.
Upgrade complete.
Buy my first house. Hopefully lots more the scouring time. That sounds really good as well. Good luck with the house shopping. Indiana Jones saw the gladiators of Tails and decided, I want some of those as well. I want them on top of my fortress. Perfect place for them. Cannons, rippers coming out from Tails, so looking very similar to the game we saw of him earlier. Build order wise at least.
Our forces are under attack.
And it's going to push in towards Indy's base here. And Indy is a bit out of position.
Research complete.
Not losing anything just yet though. Good pull away from the workers. We should probably get these gladiators down though. Or I guess maybe now they will actually will be useful up here. Dealing with that warrior, so that paid off in the end, I guess. I actually got shield as well during this time, so could take a good fight here, but then he needs to have his whole army together and get those workers working again.
Job's done.
Looks like Tails maybe are getting ready to take a second base here. A bit of a skeleton wave coming in. Sorry. And Tails have most of the map control at this point, has both of the outposts here, so some good map vision and the ability to roam the map, killing creep camps. Pretty even in food. Tails a bit ahead. Probably in workers mostly. Yeah, maybe even Indiana Jones. Harvesting lots of lumber. Wonder what he wants to do with that. Probably should get some of them back to gold mining. What about you, Bubas? Any new resolution? I don't know. That's why I asked. Maybe if I could get some inspiration.
Our forces are under attack. Research complete.
I guess I could have a resolution to host some more tournaments. In the Scouring, have maybe something coming up there in the future, near future, hopefully. And yeah, getting rank 1 maybe. Lots of oh, that's a lot of gladiators coming out from Indies. See if we could actually get a nice flank here and get on top of the archers. They could melt pretty quickly. This is a big army. Tails do not want to engage here, but instead he got his second base up and running. Second barracks coming as well. So yeah, no pressure for him to do anything. Second barracks coming in from Indy. Tails actually feeling a bit cheeky here, going in to take a look. Definitely can't fight this though. Yeah, I feel like you could take the fight here, Indy, if you wanted to. Bit too careful maybe even. Should probably have just went for it there. Gladiators coming in doing some harassment, actually going to snipe a couple of workers. No, pulls them back just in time. That was a nice reaction there. Tails tries to go in once again, killed one unit. Indiana Jones should pull back here and get, yeah, nice with the cannon if you can get it on top there. Nice. I wonder what he wants to do with all of these gladiators. If he just wants to like have them in his army to fight, or if he wants to actually do some harassment or something with them. He really needs to get more workers on gold here. Harvesting way too much wood. We can see him on 300 gold, 1,000 wood here pretty soon. So that's a bit of a blunder economy-wise. And he can't really afford to get a second base up here. I do wonder if he even can fit a clan hall or a town hall here. Maybe just like this. Not sure. We'll see, I guess, if he decides to go for second base there at some point.
Job's done.
Yeah, it would be cool to see a tournament hosted from the devs. Not sure if they have the...
Job's done.
I don't think that's a priority for them for now. Maybe it's not necessary even. Feel like tournaments might be more of a a thing that has to come from the community. And Mr. Mike is hosting his tournament coming up next week, so that should be fun. Hopefully I can win this time.
Our town is under siege.
Indiana Jones really... This is a nice barricade. I like this one. Hopefully there's not room here, but yeah, it looks like there is. Ah, that's unfortunate. The gladiators actually managed to run in here. Cannons got some good shots though, so they won't do too much damage. These barricades I'm not the biggest fan of, because you already have quite a strong defensive position here with the barracks. But yeah, if you could block this off, that's really nice. Then you can even move the cannon, this cannon up here as well. Playing really defensively. Tails not producing too many workers, it feels like. This should be fully saturated at this point.
Job's done.
But maybe it's been more focused on more
Town is under
units. Second smithy coming up, double barracks as well. So producing a lot of units. All of these gladiators I would have liked to see run across the map, like deal with this, creep a bit up here maybe, see if you can get into the base of Tails, would have been nice as well.
Our town is under siege.
And Indiana Jones has his second base up now, so it's actually getting some nice economy going here. Hopefully he's producing workers as well. Decides to go for a fort on this base as well, hoping that will give him some more security, but unfortunate for him, when the fort finishes, the house building this side will block a lot of potentials from a cannon or so on top of it. So a bit unfortunate with the spawn like that.
Our town is under siege.
Sawmill coming from Tails will go for the what's it called? Arrow sharpening upgrade for the archers. And still just hanging around there outside of in this base. But no real way to push in here with the cannons up top and two small choke points. Has a hit squad on the other side, but still a cannon on top here from Indy, so this should be able to kind of scare this away, maybe. But I guess he could, Tails that is, could kill the barricades. Open up that entrance once again. This is a bit annoying, even taking damage on the sawmill, but I guess he already has the arrow sharpening upgrade, so... this is...
Done.
Hopefully he doesn't build all of them. Should stop after this one, I feel like.
Job's done.
Not gonna fault him for that. Lots of cannons here.
Job's done.
Really hard to push into this, and even more barricades coming up.
Siege.
So Tails does the right thing and just goes for a third base instead.
Job's done.
Feeling like he can't push in here,
Done.
so just take the whole map instead.
Job's done. Job's done.
Stables coming out from Indy. Yeah, he does have two barracks, so he will be able to produce quite a lot of cavaliers quickly if he wants to, but yeah, he's just lacking too much worker production. Really undersaturated. And Tails has actually managed to get both of his bases saturated by this point, so that's good at least. Lots of units at home still. Third base up and running at this point, starting to get saturated.
Job's done.
Some units here just to deal with any skeletons coming in from the night script, of course. So that's good to see as well. Could even put down some ballistas if you want to. Oh, And at the same time we got a fight here that I missed. Looks like Tails ran in here. Got in a bit of a weird position here, getting stuck between the tower and the barricade, and looks like he actually lost most of his army there. Did not go in on the other side at the same time,
Our forces are under attack.
but manages to save 5 Rippers at least if he actually runs back here, so that's good at least. Indy should be able to clean the skeletons up there. And feeling a bit more comfortable now. Starts to chase Tails here. But more units coming down from Tails as well. Power building a barracks here, so we'll have something to defend from there as well. That's nice. Church as well. We'll probably start to see some apprentices coming out. Lots of cash from Indy in the bank here. Would like to see him actually start producing those cavaliers that he does have the tech for now. Pushes a bit too far maybe, as Tails' flanking force will be able to push in. Ah, hello Tails. Yeah, real pro gaming move. Missed most of it unfortunately, but maybe that's good. This looks better from you though. Able to clean up most of Indy's army, even coming up with this from the bottom. Will probably be able to get a full on surround on those archers, and they will most likely go down here. Leaving Indy with mostly cannons left. Still not... he's actually producing archers now, but I would have liked him to have produced a lot of cavaliers during that. And yeah, still not producing any workers. Tier 3 coming in though, before Tails even. But yeah, the economy is so much better for Tails. Up a lot of food as well. But yeah, really hard to break down this kind of position. But maybe you can find a weak spot towards this side. Get a couple of cannons, shoot down this. Maybe you can push in with shields or something. Let's see what he decides to do. Going to try to go for the multi-pronged attack again. This is not a big army though. This should get melted by the cannons. Can you get a slowdown? Not fast enough from Indy. Slow there would have been really nice. Finally starts to double produce those cavaliers, so could get up a decent sized cavalier army here eventually. It could be nice running down the archers especially. Not too sure how cavaliers do against rippers one-on-one. I do think the rippers win though, maybe. Not too sure.
Job's done.
Stables from Tails as well. Tier 3 pretty much done. Tier 3 is done for Indy.
Job's done.
Really going ham on those barricades. Tails starting to bring his whole army down to the bottom side here, the bottom right side. Maybe like I said a bit earlier, did see a weak spot here. Should bring those cannons forward, they melt buildings pretty quick.
Job's done.
And then you can push in with shield here, yeah, exactly. Should probably lead with the cannons even. But it won't matter too much, the cannon won't do too much damage on the swordsman, and actually as that happens he's able to push in and just kill the cannon. See if Indy actually responds here and brings his cannons down here. Could get some on top of here as well, would be nice. Decent amount of cavaliers. So with those cannons coming up, Tails gets a bit afraid and goes back again, putting down a slow. Yeah, I was thinking Tails must have more army at home. It doesn't look like the biggest army in the world here. I guess it's worth mentioning as well, like 2 base against 3 base isn't the end of the world in this game. You pretty much can afford everything on 2 base. Not when you're saturated like this maybe, but if Indiana Jones were fully saturated on 2 bases, it wouldn't have been the end of the world being behind 1 base. But now Cavaliers coming in from Tails will be able to flank the army from Indy here and probably kill the cannons. Not that it really matters, as it looks like it was pretty bad fight from Indy here, so will get cleaned up. Has a couple of cannons still at home though, so maybe still could be able to protect this base. We will see. Hasn't really been able to keep his macro up during all of this. No units at home, unfortunately. Tails will go into his 4th base, really securing the win for him here.
Job's done.
And he has the artillery now as well, so yeah, then there's no real way for Indy. Oh, he actually has artillery as well, I guess, so that could be nice. Bring all of the cannons down, then you can kinda... Oh, if he would have gotten some good shots here, that could have saved him a bit, but now when Tails gets into his base, it will be much harder. Cavaliers coming from the other side as well. Cannons not really sure what they want to shoot at, derping out a bit. That's the weakness of cannons right there. Tails breaking through on the other side as well. And yeah, I think even though the cannons are alive here, some rippers as well from Indy, I don't think it will be enough. Cannons not really shooting as he would have wanted either, so yeah, they're not shooting at all. That's unfortunate. And no artillery shot that could have saved him there as well. Rippers don't want to fight, and in this base is falling here. Tails manages to win this one. But a pretty fun game to see, like how defensive you can play in this game. Cannons on top of buildings and barricades and rippers, and I mean you can be really hard to break down, that's for sure. But yeah, so much more gold mined, of course, from Tails. I'm always getting high pass nowadays, for some reason. High pass. We can take a look at Played a lot of games against Lone Wolf yesterday. I think this one... Yeah, most of them were pretty good, but this one was quite fun. On this new map from Hollow. It's a pretty fun map, a 3-player map. I would like to see this in ranked, honestly. Really nice map. So I'm at the bottom here, or to the right, I guess. Not really at the bottom, but as human against Lone Wolf's
Job's done.
orc. Up to the left. He's playing 1 Rax, 1 Forge. I'm playing 1 Rax, 1 Smith, so mirrored on both sides, even though will be different stuff coming out from the buildings. Got an archer trying to pull this outpost. Not sure if I managed to do it, can't remember, but looks like I actually do it. Bandits are much easier than a troll, of course, so should be able to do it.
Job's done.
I go for a scout, as I do. I've seen some more people doing worker scouts, but I'm still one of the few guys that does it. Goblins coming out from Lone Wolf. Playing that, not the Cena build, because Cena build is with a logging camp, of course, so maybe... What is this? A Glown build, maybe? I'm staying on tier 1. Archers, swordsman. And I did manage to get my worker out of there alive, so he will go home and tell the tale of what is going on the other side. For some lore accuracy. And on this map, everyone, or all the 3 spawns spawn with this like pocket behind your base with a wolf camp.
Under attack.
Couple of camps on the side, the trolls down here. Outposts in the middle. So I take my outpost here just in time to see Lone Wolf pushing across the map.
Our forces are under attack.
And I see some goblins there once more. So I just managed to get back in time from that camp and get on top of my barracks, scare him away. So that was nice. We played, like I said, maybe 10 games or something. And I died a couple of times to Turex just getting into my base when I was out of position. So I was a bit like aware of that at this point. And not going too far from my base. Still producing from the forge and the barracks, staying on tier 1. Lone Wolf is starting to creep the map a bit. Goes for this outpost while I go for the archers up here. Still have this outpost covering this area, so I'm not too afraid of anything coming down here. A bit scared of him coming from the bottom side. I do think I put this swordsman on rally point down here, so I should be able to have something there. Spot, allowing me to go for the troll up here. I see a goblin coming running in here.
Upgrade.
See if I can deal with that. My tier 2 is done, so I think I start a cannon here, yeah. Lone Wolf still on tier 1, starting tier 2 just now. Still a lot of goblins. But just creeping the map.
Our forces are under attack.
But honestly, I feel like he could have done a better job at this. Probably should have went down here and take these camps. Lich spawns, I kind of deal with it. Get him to teleport at least. Not sure where he went. Can't see him. See if he pops up somewhere. Maybe Lone Wolf will find him here, I'm not sure. No, just an archer camp. So now the reverse move comes down. I go down here to creep and send one swordsman up here to spot this side instead. I was actually a bit surprised to see the troll still here, and this archer camp. I assumed that he would have been here to creep that, but I did manage to get this, so nice gold boost. And I'm playing quite heavy on the cannons here, so third cannon and fourth cannon even is queued up. Haven't dealt with the wolves yet, so they start to run in and annoy me a bit, but I guess the Lich were here. Lone Wolf did deal with that. Let's see how the food difference... I'm ahead almost 100. Did not expect that. Lich teleported out and I got the kill there actually, so that was nice. Getting those extra 200 gold.
Job's done.
Try to take this outpost from him. Not sure. Yeah, I guess... Yeah, at this point he starts to produce a lot of mortars from the tier 2. That seems to be his preferred choice of tier 2 tech as orc. So cannons against mortars here. I have 5 cannons out. I think I stop here, go for a town hall at this forward base. But I'm still feeling quite scared here, so I put down a tower. Because this is such a wide open area and the rush distance is quite short between our bases. Still the wolves are nagging me a bit. I haven't really been able to deal with that too good.
Job's done.
And here my scouting swordsman coming clutch. Sees his army pushing this side, so I can get kind of in position. I guess I still was, since I'm just sitting at home. And now I have this tower with a cannon. I have 2 cannons in the outpost here. And I decide to build even more towers here. And pushing these cannons forward as well. And I got in with a scout here, so I saw him still being on one base. No second base here. Maybe that was what triggered these to go down. I'm not sure. I think so, maybe. Yeah, I got a bit scared. Saw his push.
Job's done.
But these finish just in time here for the cannons to get on top. And I mean, this is really hard for him to push into. 5 cannons sitting here, producing units. But he decides to go for it. I try to target the mortars as best as I can with my cannons. He still gets some good shots here, unfortunately, on my archers, as I'm not microing them well enough. But I get all the mortars down at least. And then I have mostly archers and cannons left, so his shields are really strong against this. I try to micro my cannons a bit here, but they get kind of stuck. But still 3 of them alive, and most of my archers at least made it out alive. No sawmill yet, so I don't have the arrow upgrade. So I'm not doing as much damage as I could have. But I did manage to kind of defend this pretty well, I would say. And still I'm on 1 base, or 2 base rather than to his 1 base. But he starts his 2nd base at this point, so was kind of an all-in from him. So at this point, knowing that I am that far ahead on economy, I feel pretty good.
Job's done.
Feel like there's really no way for me to lose this game. Even building a barracks here for even more safety. And I take this guy to go scout if he does have a base coming up. I think he gets the kill here. No, I did actually get to see that he just finished his second base, but it's not fully saturated yet, so I know I'm still ahead on economy. Should really send another swordman up here to get some spotting again. I do that. Good, Bubas, good. Yeah, at this point I'm doubling his food. I'm not realizing this as I play though. I'm still feeling a bit scared. Just playing really defensive, but seeing the replay now, I see that I could have just gone across the map and won at this point. And here I misclick this a bit, so it doesn't cover everything. So if we take a look at my vision here, I do not see these warriors and berserkers running down here, which is a bit unfortunate. So at this point I do push across the map with my archers and some swordsmen. And then he gets a run in here to my protected main base. I respond by pulling my workers on top, but I do not have the bow's reserve upgrade, so they are not dealing with this as good as they can. And cannons try to come in. At the same time, I'm pushing and killing,
Forces are under attack.
or at least forcing his workers off of his second base. But he kills a couple of my farms, kills quite a lot of workers as well. I'm not macroing my cannons very good, so they kind of miss a lot of their shots, firing on this guy's back a lot. But eventually I kind of managed to clean this up. I get pushed back with my archers, but my swordsmen are killing his second base. I'm still not able to deal with these warriors, so they were really coming in clutch for him. I did lose a lot of workers. Probably all of my workers mining gold. Lost a couple of farms as well, so really nice attack from him. And here I was kicking myself, like how didn't I see this? But then I realized this was a bit out of position, so that was rough. But in the end I do manage to clean it up, and I know that I killed his second base, so that feels good at least. I'm starving a bit here. But still I'm quite far ahead on food. And here I had a swordman down here as well, and I saw him coming down killing it with a lot of workers, which confused me a bit. And at that point I thought he would take a base here, so I run down. But instead he runs back and goes for a Muncher Cave on one base, a bit of a sneaky position. This is a fun feature of this map, I guess, that you can hide buildings here. Like, imagine hiding double Demon Spire. Could be fun. But yeah, I guess he decides... Maybe he takes another base here, I'm not sure, but... Decides to go into double racks Muncher production. Seeing that I have a lot of archers and cannons. Yeah, looks like he will go into a second base once again. But I've been mining from my second base for a long time at this point, and I got my main base fully saturated once again. I did lose most of my cannons though, only 3 of them left, so that's pretty unfortunate. Lone Wolf power builds his second base, so he should be getting to mining here once again. Lich comes in, but cannons just smash him in the face. And actually kills him just before he gets out there, so that was nice as well. Some extra cash. Got my church out, starting to produce some apprentices. And yeah, here I feel like I just have such a big army of archers. So I'm feeling like I can push across the map once again. Starting to get out some munchers. 3 and 4 coming out. But my timing here is good enough that I can hit before he gets too many of them out. If I would have waited and he got like 10 of them out, these archers would have been in trouble, I guess. But yeah, my timing is too strong here, and Lone Wolf taps out. So yeah, quite fun game. Not often that I play this like kind of defensive with this many guard towers and stuff. That was pretty fun. And yeah, like I said, I really enjoy this map, so hopefully we'll see it in ranked in the future. What's the clock here? Let's see if we can get one ranked. Otherwise, might end it here. Been fun casting a lot of games. 2.5 hours. That's nice. Did we learn anything? I'm not sure. Ah, we did, definitely. When is the next Bubba's Open? Yeah, I'm not sure. Mike just announced his tournament, so I probably won't run my at the same time, but maybe towards the end of his. I'm not sure, probably shouldn't. I mean, in February, if Naval Combat comes, not sure if we should wait for after that or try to get it in before. Maybe before, like end of January could be good. Or early February. Or we could run it at the same time as Mike's. I guess he has kind of a large time span. I would want my tournament to be a bit quicker, so maybe like 1 week only or something like that. But then again, at the end of January, I'm going to take my wisdom teeth out, so I'm not sure how well I'm going to be able to cast then, so maybe we should wait with it. I'll see. Ah, no one wants to play with me. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard all the horror stories. Going to take out like the right side first, down and up, and then like 2 or 3 weeks later we'll do the other side. So will be like a month of pain. Going to have to stock up on some painkillers beforehand. Oh my god. Oh no, not this man. I think this one was in Mike's tournament, so maybe I have to actually practice that. Could be an advantage. Like maybe everyone else will just veto it, so ah, looks like no one's playing. One last try. Couple of minutes. Otherwise we end this. And have ourselves a good Friday afternoon and evening. Do you guys have anything planned for tonight or today or whatever time it is? Why? I feel like my... How many active players? We can check. We can check on Steam database. There's 124 players online now. It's actually gone up since the last day. Positive trend there. I did just get invited to some team game, but it's classic mode. I don't want to play that. Not gonna search anymore. Let's end it here. Thank you so much everyone who's been watching. Been a good stream, good replays we've been watching. My voice is actually starting to, or my throat rather, is getting a bit sore after all of this talking. I'm not sure how all of these streamers do it, talking all day like this, but it is what it is. If you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. I'll see you around. Bye bye, guys.